I have a package right here from 911 Motorsports, and it is some really cool, I think, accessories for this Harbor Freight and other brands of welding fabrication tables that are exactly like this one. I know there's a few brands, not just this Harbor Freight one, that are almost identical. I think there's at least 3 that I'm aware of that are all in the same price point, and they look absolutely identical and are very similarly built. But 911 Motorsports, you might know them for building the off-road Harbor Freight jack that I've been using for years. Still using it, still love it, still works great. They've come out with another accessory for the Harbor Freight jack, or just for the jack in general, that attaches your extensions right onto the jack handle. I think it's super cool. I've been using it for probably almost a year now, and it works really good, and I like it. So there's really only 2 accessories in this, because he makes a bunch more different ones for these types of tables, but there's only 2 for what I do that I thought that I would find them useful. So he sent these out to me. I did not pay for these. I just want to be 100% transparent. So let's go ahead and take a look. So these guys right here are a threaded 5/8 post adapter. Now this, for a pack of 4 of these, is $33. And what that is these right here that attach to your table, and you can tighten things down and clamp things to the table, which is a necessity. It's something that I use every time I use the table. I'm using these basically, along with these stops, or these little aluminum tube notch guys. And the most annoying thing on these posts is it's threaded. Of course, I grabbed the one that's tight. This one's loose. So it has a nut, and it's threaded on here. So in order for me to attach this, I have to put it into the table, reach underneath the bottom, and tighten it up. And to be 100% honest, I've never tightened it with a wrench. I just hand tighten it and then call it good. So most, I would say more high-end, more expensive tables, they use the leverage of this post in the hole. So that's what this is going to do. The only thing that I might be concerned with is this table is not super thick. It's actually pretty thin. So if you're putting a lot of side load and not clamping it down to the metal itself, it might tend to bend this table. I don't do anything crazy. I don't tighten this down super tight. I'm always just setting things up, tacking them together, taking it off, and fully welding it. So let's install these on and test them out. Just going to tighten it by hand for now, and that's literally it. So now I can just set it in the hole. It is kind of floppy and loose, but that's not a big deal. So let's go ahead and lock this one down again. Just going to set this in, set it down, oops, and then we are locked in. You can see the angle of this is actually cocked sideways because of the side load. And that's what I was saying, because it's not actually bolted down, it might over time kind of oblong these holes. I guess we'll see, but it's just a lot easier for me as just a at-home DIY guy that uses this to build skid plates and to build small suspension stuff and things like that. This is, I think, a huge upgrade, and I think will work really good for what I do. Now this next piece is the octo-block quick adjusting stop block. As opposed to having one of these that you put in your 5/8 hole and it's set and you can't move it, this one, you could probably tell by the name, actually has 8 sides on it. And with this center pin right here in your bench here, you can adjust it and spin it around to the 8 different sides that it has, each side being a 1/4 inch increment. Now it also comes with this eccentric center pin. Put this over here, which we can put this in here and set it up, and it actually gives you a finer tune adjustment. If you grab this top piece here and you spin it, it spins around and you can move it around to fine tune exactly where you want your gap and your workpiece to be at. Now, this little guy right here is $20 for each one. If you get two, they're $35, or four of them is $65. Now, these are 3D printed, and you can see this guy right here doesn't have any markings on it at all, but I have gone ahead and taken just this ultra fine point Sharpie and color in the lines, and you can do both sides and do, you know, the center pin, do all the pieces you want. Just fill it in with these with the ultra fine Sharpie pin, and it makes it a little bit easier to see all your lines right there. Now, I do see myself using this not quite as often as every time I use the table. Like these guys right here, every time I'm going to be using this guy right here. I do a little less, I would say, repetitive workpiece work where like I'm making like 5 of the same thing, or 3 of the same thing, or even 2 of the same thing. I'm usually making 1 of 1 thing. So setting up a jig with all these stop blocks, and then setting this up with multiple of these octo-blocks in different configurations, I will definitely use them, but not quite as frequently as, you know, this guy right here. One thing about these is they are 3D printed, so you're not going to want to weld, fully weld a piece of material when it's touching it, because it will definitely melt it. So set up your material, get it all the way you want it, set it up with the octo-block, tack everything nicely together, set these to the side, and then fully weld everything. So they do make other fixture table upgrades, and we're gonna go through those right now. There is a link bracket that links multiple tables together, either bolt on or weld on. There's adjustable foot pads that go on the bottom of these if you're using it on a tabletop and not using these long legs. You can also buy a replacement top that replaces this top with a 1/4-inch top, which is going to be a lot beefier than this guy right here. So these are 2 of 911 Motorsports, in my opinion, the most useful, budget-friendly kind of accessories for the Harbor Freight table. So these are things that I think that I would use, so I just wanted to share them with you guys. And like I said before, they did send these to me for free, but I am not getting paid in any way to make a video for this. I just wanted to do it so I could show you guys. And I also like to support local Pacific Northwest small businesses as well, and along with showing you guys cool stuff. So I will leave a link down below for their website and for all this stuff here. And if you want to follow me on social media, I am at MuddyBeards4x4. Check out our website, muddybeards4x4.com. We got shirts, stickers, stuff like that. It helps support the channel. And until next time, guys, we will see you on the trail.